to introduce the man of the hour, Ray Park.
Yeah!
So years ago, I had the opportunity to actually interview Darth Maul with one of my friends at Comic Palooza in Houston, Texas, right before Han Solo released, and he's one of my favorite Sith, besides this other Sith that I'm going to mention here in a little bit. He told a really cool story during that interview in QA that we had at Comic Palooza. One of those stories was about how he's standing across from Qui-Gon Jinn, and they're separated by this beam of like light energy, right? This red beam of force field thing. George Lucas is talking to him about how he should portray Darth Maul, kind of seething and just standing and looking at his, his enemy as the Jedi does a very Jedi thing and kneels down and, centers himself and things like that. Ray Park said, you know what? I feel like Maul is just like a pure emotion. He's like an animal. And what do animals do when they're caged? They pace. And I thought that was a really cool story because Maul is such an interesting character, the way he's portrayed, right? Very animalistic, very unique. And one of the unique things about Darth Maul is his lightsaber, the double-bladed lightsaber. But the tie-in to that, to my favorite Sith, is Exar Kun. And the reason why I love him is because he originally developed the double-bladed lightsaber. Now, his lightsaber, I'm going to use my lightsaber as a prop, his lightsaber's hilt was shorter. It was basically made for one hand to do a double-bladed lightsaber. And so it was a really innovative idea as a Sith because now it gave him a competitive edge against other saber wielders and Jedi, and he could take them all out because he has this other blade that he can wield with one hand. But he developed that double-bladed lightsaber, and I always thought that was really cool. But what sucked is when Star Wars was bought by Disney, all that old canon, all that old stuff, the Old Republic, all that, no longer canon, right? You get things here and there in movies and films. And one of the things that I love that Solo did is they brought him back into lore. Exar Kun is now officially in Star Wars lore through the Solo film. And you see this when you go into Dryden Boss's base and you see the table that's sitting there, the central desk, which represents his power, right? The central desk, which represents the administrative seat of his power. Dryden had plundered this from a Sith temple of Exar Kun. And this is where we get to see him brought back into lore. And the reason why I love that is because he's such a really cool Sith. I love the connection to Darth Maul because I love Darth Maul as a Sith as well. He's just so complex, so interesting. I mean, the whole series that they did with him in Clone Wars where he faces Ahsoka, and then in Rebels where he faces, Obi-Wan at the end and says that, the Chosen One will avenge us, basically. And it's just really, really cool how they did some of those characters. And the fact that now there's a direct tie again with Exar Kun and Darth Maul, because one of the things that Palpatine loved about Darth Maul is that use of the double-bladed lightsaber because it was so original. It was just really cool to see that and how Palpatine was like, this is a really inventive lightsaber design, seeing that it was borrowed off of Exar Kun, expanded upon a little. But I thought that was really cool, so I had to share it with you guys that love Star Wars as well. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and blow it up, baby.
Make sure to like and subscribe, or we will execute Order 66. Check out our other videos on the screen as well.
Yes, my lord.